Okay, so this clip kind of shows that Nikita has shifted into caring a lot more about PvE, and I'll show you guys a bunch of things that he's kind of shifting into caring about PvE more. And not only that, he talks about the history of PvE, which I kind of want to talk about it because I know how things went down or histories about the things, because I've been YouTubing and streaming about this game for 3 to 4 years. I'm not a big OG, but I do know things how it went down, at least for the PvE part. Multiple other things that I want to share about SPT or the drops. Let's check this clip out first.
By the way, I know half of chat is like PvE, but there is a lot of people that actually really enjoy PvE, so these questions are important to a lot of people.
I need to say this. Can we please all be friends? PvP, please. I never thought that it would actually divide you on these two, like, I don't know, separate like armies or something. Can we just be friends and enjoy the game for the good?
So, all you need is love.
Sometimes it frustrates me that I can see like the really angry responses towards the PvE or PvP players. We're playing the game and we kind of separate. We play different realms or something like that. Then it's fine. Play what you want, your mode what you want, your game what you want even. Why do you need to actually prove anything to you, to yourself, to your friends, to me, to anyone about your like position or role or opinion or something like that? Especially with the with a lot of angry stuff, angry words and insulting people. So yeah, let's be polite and let's play what we want, baby.
So I do want to mention that it wasn't like that. At the start, whenever I saw it, it was just a bunch of people in PvP shit-talking about PvE players. It started off like that, at least in my memories, in my memories of Tarkov community. And I was like, what's happening here? Like, the reasoning of people saying it was so bad, it's like, why do they care so much? Usually PvP players will say, oh, PvE players suck, or I don't know. But one of the biggest reasons why PvE players play PvE is due to the wipe. No wipe existence, etc. Or people don't have time to play the PvP and catch up with all those like fast-forwarding PvP players. That's the biggest reason, and it's more casual. Not all the people wants to play hardcore. They want to enjoy the game they love because the aesthetics and how the game is good about Tarkov. Anyways, let's move on from that topic. I talked about that in like multiple shorts videos or like long form videos already and posted it. Let's talk about the drops. Nikita posted about the drops here, which is and will be only on 1.0, but only for PvP mode, which was kind of wild for me. Like, so I responded about, it's all cool and all, but why is it still for PvP only? Why the discrimination? And I thought you cared about PvE a bit more after this post. So he posted this about PvE question October 30th. He never ever talked about PvE players or asked questions to PvE players until then. He asked a genuine question about the wipe for PvE and etc. So I was like, okay, he cares about PvE players because they were treating PvE players like a second citizen. While PvE, you need to pay more money for it, which is just wild. You need to buy PvE mode to play PvE after you buy the PvP. I heard there's some cases which are like that, not only Tarkov, but it's really, really rare, and it's so ridiculous in my opinion. I understand there's more development and then they need to pay for servers. That's why you need to pay for PvE. But I don't think people can play PvP and PvE simultaneously in the first place. So the server is kind of stupid argument. Anyways, let's move on from that. There's a lot to talk about. So I asked this and then he answered pretty quick, like within an hour. We plan to add all of these drops stuff to PvE too, but after the release. It requires additional work to make it. There is no discrimination. It is just technical thing. needs to be done. I've been nagging him about this for a while. In other drops, there was always PvP only drops or like PvP only events. This is the first time he actually answered. And I'm like, okay, he had at least answered. And with my half-cooked brain from yesterday's stream, I thought he was saying he's gonna add PvE drops. But he doesn't mean by that. He still hasn't stated completely he's gonna add PvE drops. He said the things that drops on PvP, the items that you can see on these ones, will be in PvE later. He's basically saying that. But anyways, he cared to answer. It's not PvE drops, but at least he cared and answered, so I gave him props about that. But what he does after that is where I thought I should make a video about it. He posted it like an hour later saying that, fun fact, PvE mode was planned to add after the release, but we were working 24/7 to bring faster and finally added it approximately 1.5 year earlier than planned. All of the future changes for PvE were planned also after the release and still planned. At the start, Tarkov was never intended to be PvE game, but we changed that to make people more happy, make more people happy, you know, for a broader audience. We will still focus on PvE experience, but PvE will be enhanced too in the future. Peace, love, belief, and common sense to all of you. I don't know about the common sense part. I think you guys should leave a comment because I think I'm getting a little bit triggered by that word. It almost sounds like he's like, okay, have some common sense, guys. Just try to understand. Like, I don't know, Nikita, you're not having common sense about the situation, in my opinion, on like a lot of things. But you know what? I might be just a bit triggered. Do tell me in the comments what you think about this common sense part. Anyways. So after reading that and being a little bit triggered about it, I wanted to mention all these below because I know, as a guy who been looking the whole flow and the whole history of how PvE went down and how Tarkov went down, at least within 4 years, who contemplated and checked it out and covered it also, wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wrote it down here saying that fun assumption. To me, is fun fact. Almost 99%. PvE was added in a hurry due to SPT popularity. First PvE edition was done with the most controversial and most expensive Unheard edition drop for some reason. Get PvE with Unheard. You guys would maybe all know about Unheard situation. It was the most stupidest thing ever, and then like a lot of people hated on it. There was a big backlash, but not only that, in this video, at least we need to focus on this part. They started to sell Unheard putting out PvE co-op mode as the top feature. Look, guarantees instant access to closed beta. It's for all edition, digital copy preload for all edition. So this is the appealing content inside the edition. Access to PvE co-op mode with persistent progression. Progression will not be reset with wipes. Like, even in the trailer, it goes like no more wipes in this mode, and that was one of the main feature. But a lot of people were just targeting on the stupid kukri or like a bunch of other things, which was like definitely looked like a pay-to-win edition. It's still a pay-to-win edition in my opinion, guys. Anyways, the pay-to-win thing is like totally another topic, so we'll move on. So to make everyone happy, they put it on the most expensive edition. Let's go and check out more. Then got backlash and followed up that PvE is not a DLC but a feature, so EODs won't get it. So EOD users were not getting, and like people felt betrayed because EOD was supposed to be the top, and they were supposed to get everything which is added in Tarkov, which is DLCs, and there was supposed to be no microtransactions, basically, Nikita said a long time ago, but he changed his mind because he's, you know, he needs to feed 400 people. He said he has 400 people, and he started with 6 people. He used to mock about microtransactions, and it's filled with it, which I understand it. The game got bigger, and then he needs money to actually like feed the 400 people, or I don't know, for his Porsche. Anyways, but they betray the EOD edition users like this. I mean, betray, or like people kind of like it's been a while ago, so people kind of like cover it up in a good way. But anyways, let's read this. PVE mode is a unique feature which is available only for the owners of the Unheard edition. We will keep you updated on new features exclusive for EOD owners. I'll actually show you guys more raw explanation from what Nikita did, what BSG and Nikita did about this. This guy is one of the Tarkov devs and a community manager as far as I know. He said, DLC means additional downloadable content. PVE is a feature in the game mode. Just because you all want it to become a DLC, it wouldn't mean it is one. It's featured game mode for the new edition of the game. Like, what kind of a weak argument is this? And also at the same time, what is he trying to say? He's just trying to be as polite as much as possible while saying stop whining. Just because you guys want it to become free for EOD, it won't become one because it's not downloadable content DLC. It's a feature in the game mode. Like, Jesus, really? Like, you can see how desperately they want to sell the PvE mode. It's in the biggest edition, and then they talk in this way. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. The more and more I look back into this, it's making me angry again. But anyways, so that was where I snapped about the Unheard edition. Anyways, with the double backlash, BSG changed to PvE for EOD users and purchased for others now. Just using my common sense. Like, it was just ridiculous in my opinion. And Nikita answered, yeah, sure. I actually thought he was going to like ignore it completely, or maybe say eat bag of dicks. But yeah, I kind of feel like he's admitting in some way, or maybe he's just mocking about it, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, he's doing that. Whatever, actually. But I do want to talk about this situation a little bit more as a guy who knows about how things went down. So Nikita has been against SPT, single player Tarkov. You guys might still not know about it, but it's a single player Tarkov, which is another product. It's not a product actually. It's not another product. It's just Tarkov, but you can mod it. I'm not gonna recommend you guys to play it or whatever because I never played it personally. I can't really recommend you guys. But there's a big community about SPT, which is single player Tarkov, moddable Tarkov, which the official SPT always recommends and then pushes you to buy the game, and you need to put in that game code to at least play SPT and start modding Tarkov. That started as a thing quite a while ago, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. But Nikita's stance on SPT, as you guys can see here, was we're strongly against SPT 3 years ago. It's bannable, and most of it totally illegal product done without our permission. We will do some actions later. I mean, I can understand his stance. As a guy, if I made something and then somebody just make some PvP game and somebody just makes it into PvE and then moddable game, and then just without my permission, I wouldn't be happy. It would have been way better if they had permission. I bet the SPT, the guys would have asked Nikita, but Nikita said no. But SPT guys just kept on doing it in my guess. But like Nikita or BSG could have been more, better reacted to the SPT situation. And again, people might think this is a pirated game mode. It's not. SPT at least requires you of one copy of a game, the standard edition, the basic of the game. anyways, like there's some games like that out there which makes the PvP game into moddable game, or even the developers just let people to mod it out, which is the best occasion. Just like Escape from Tarkov. I love Escape from Tarkov, which is not a PvP game though. But anyways, the players, the game developers can be friendly or unfriendly about these kind of situations where moddable games come out with their permission or no permission. Anyways, Tarkov and Nikita is at least against it, 100%. But what's funny about it is that after these kind of arguments, that's when they started to think about SPT as an option. I mean, PvE Tarkov as an option. From this flow, what I can understand, right? Like that's what I think, at least. I can't tell you guys it's the fact, but it's just obvious. After they saw SPT popularity, they started to make PvE mode hurrying in such a garbage status of the PvE. I know people are gonna say, why do you talk about PvE so much if it's garbage? It's because the game itself is pretty great. I know PvP is great, but the game itself is great. That's why even though you exclude the PvP part, it's still like pretty damn good game. It has a lot of in-depth and it has a lot of lore. It has a lot of, gun mechanics which other games cannot be compared to. The aesthetics and everything. Anyways, so in my opinion, Nikita saw SPT popularity and then they were pretty down the budget due to the arena situation. They made whole arena, but it wasn't making that much esports money out of it. So they were low on budget, so they had to do something about it, which was basically one of the idea was PvE mode, I'm guessing. That's why he planned it and dropped it. Like, it makes more sense because they added it on only on the biggest edition, man. Unheard edition only. Now things change, but this is just ridiculous. They sold it like that and they're saying to make more people happy with $250 edition. I don't know, man. That was your plan. God, the more and more I go back to it, it looks ridiculous. Anyways, after the backlash, now it's not like that. It's not only for Unheard. EOD users will have it. They solely let EOD users have it in waves, which is understandable. Like the being in waves, and then now you can purchase it later after if you have PvP, which is, that part is a little bit ridiculous. But let's talk about SPT a little bit more since we're talking about it. So they were against SPT, but because of the backlash, because the big backlash, Nikita actually let one content creator or some content creators to like let them be to make some content about SPT. For now, he literally said for now. And yeah, I'm not gonna like point out fingers who it was, but what's funny about it is, oh yeah, and also I need to mention before that actually, SPT was being suppressed a lot, especially for content creators or who plays SPT. If you are playing SPT while, I heard, if you are playing SPT while your normal BSG launcher is on, you will very likely get banned because they can detect it. And another thing is that the content creators who makes videos about SPT were getting copyright striked, or the streamers will get some kind of a restriction. That's why one of the biggest reasons I still haven't tried out SPT completely. They somehow suppresses it in their own way because they think it's illegal and bad product, not fair product. They have their rights. I'm not saying they don't have rights. They do have rights. So they can just copyright strike videos like that. But they allowed one of the content creators to stream it and make videos about it because of the Unheard backlash a while ago. It was like a couple of years ago now already. Yeah, it was a while ago now. But anyways, not a couple of years, maybe like a year ago and a half. And after the backlash kind of, calmed down, at 2024 May 21st, somebody asked, another content creator asked, hey, quick question, are we allowed to stream or make content from SPT? I can't risk my channel over SPT, but I want to make content from it. With what Nikita said about another content creator, does that mean we can make content? But they said after the backlash kind of calmed down, per all the last replies, it's the same guy who said stop asking for it to become a DLC, the PvE. Anyways, on this topic, our stance on SPT did not change, and all streamers, content creators do risk their channels streaming and making videos about it. Like, I do want to ask you guys, is this happening on any other game? Like, it's a pretty rare case in my opinion, and like how they react is like super suppressive. And let's actually move on. I guess it is a legal product, and then maybe some people get copyright striked on other games on this manner too. Anyway, so they're still against it while they're trying to sell PvE, and while they're trying to make modding community come to this PvE mode, while they were trying to put it into the most expensive edition and had a backlash and changed it into something else now, and then you can purchase it. Let's go and check the PvE community's response on this, which I think it's one of the big reasons is you can see like the PvE community being pretty positive and lovely about it. PvE saved Tarkov for me. I love Tarkov, but PvP caused so many issues for me. Cheaters, extra campers, gear imbalance, and matchmaking. PvE allows me to experience the game without the BS. I am beyond thankful that PvE is a thing. Between people cheating and networking issues that used to be awful, it soured the PvP landscape for me in Tarkov. I never would have come back if it wasn't for PvE. So yeah, a lot of people are thinking that PvP and PvE divided the game community, which is inevitable because the developers added it into that. But I still think PvE brought a lot of people back into Tarkov, and then thanks to that, the game is still alive thanks to all those budgets they earned from adding PvE. Which would have been better if they just done it on normal PvE mode, not on Herd Edition. But anyways, and I think that is making the game to keep on rolling, and then let them drop 1.0. PvE was, yeah, and also there's few people who actually tries out PvP thanks to PvE. You guys keep saying it's gonna just divide people, but there's a lot of people who came back just for PvE mode, or people who bought just because PvE mode exists. So I think it's overall good. I know the PvP players will hate about PvE because of the less matchmaking time and less teammates to kill. It's all understandable, but I think yeah, the hate should stop. Just like Nikita said. Anyways, so yeah, so the PvE community is pretty big too, and then they are actually lovely people, and then they were just enjoying their games until PvE haters who started to shit talk on them. So that's why there's like always like a drama or people talking about things. Anyways, I think it's quite ridiculous that you still need to buy PvE upgrade. I know there's a lot of reason behind why you need to pay PvE, but you still play PvP. You still need to buy PvP first to buy PvE upgrade, which is kind of like, let's look at the price. It's 30 euros. How much is the base game? Is it 50 euros? Give me a second. The base game is 52 euros, and you need to pay more than half to play PvE. Like, do tell me in the comments like what kind of examples you guys have. As far as I know, this is very unique that you need to buy another PvE mode after you buy PvP. And not only that, the price is more than half. Like, it's quite ridiculous in my opinion. I know people are gonna say they need to pay for servers or development. The servers, I don't understand it completely because PvE players won't be playing PvP simultaneously, but the PvE player still needs to pay double, almost double for it, like, or 1.5x more. The development, I get it. Maybe development part, they need to develop more PMC AIs, which is basically like a Raider reskinned. And you know what I wanted to say actually was there are a lot of PvE players who bought a lot of Arena DLC stuffs, Arena cosmetics. A lot of people will say, why do you want to buy skins? You won't be showing it to other players. It's because the whole base of the thought is different. You guys, most of the people will want to boast out their skins to others, but some people, especially the PvE enjoyers, or like, they just enjoy how it looks whenever they play the game. Actually, me too, like, just enjoy it with the skins. How the gun looks, how the things look, people will buy it. And due to that, Nikita connected PvE with Arena that made a lot of money. PvE and Arena connection brought in a lot of money thanks to PvE players buying things from Arena. I think that's why he started to shift into PvE carrying guy. Like after the PvE and Arena connection, even though for some reason some of the Arena stuffs are not connected to PvE still. Actually, I did want to talk about the Arena a little bit more because the Arena edition was, in my opinion, overall not that great. It made Tarkov itself kind of bankrupt in a way, and also at the same time, it's a not a bad game. I'm sorry, the EFT Arena lovers, but I hate the marketing tactic that BSG and Nikita uses to drag people from Tarkov to go into Arena. It's a lot to talk about. I'll TLDR it because the video is getting too long. Basically, what happened a while ago is that it's the biggest example why I hate the marketing tactic. They use FOMO a lot. So EOD users will definitely know that EFT Arena was not available for every EOD users when it dropped. If you buy the standalone edition of Arena, you were able to go in right away, where the EOD users were just looking outside the window, like, while standalone users will just buy and play the game. That was already shitty status, but I want to mention how it went down. What was funny was, at that point when Arena hype was at maximum and people were waiting for Tarkov Arena, Tarkov streamers were getting temporarily banned for viewer kits or whatever the reason it was. It was basically viewer kits. Due to the viewer kits, they were like considered as like semi-RMTing, so they got temp banned right before Arena dropped. But the Tarkov streamers would be like, oh crap, I need to stream Arena, and then they bought standalone Arena. And for some reason they had direct access on the day of Arena drop, whereas EOD users won't get it. I was lucky, I was into it right away with my EOD account and I didn't get that much viewer kit because I'm not that famous. Like, it was pretty funny. And then because of that, people were like, oh, even though I own EOD, I can buy Arena standalone and then I can hop into the game right away, into the hype. So hence, people will buy standalone even though they had Arena to get the access into it. Just imagine the whole situation. Or even the sudden temporarily ban. Like, it's so bad tactic, but it works and is utilizing the FOMO, fear of missing out. It was just crazy. There's a lot more I can talk about Arena. Well, the most recent one is definitely the IEM. They're allowing only the Arena users to be accessing to IEM by leveling up Battle Pass, the free Battle Pass or whatever it's called, to level 10, and then you will be able to get the IEM, which you can wear with the Alton. And it hears pretty well, like almost Comtech 3 level. It's just crazy, like how they utilize FOMO into Arena purchase, but they still deny it. That's a whole different topic, so I'll just move on from here. It's just wild. Like, yeah, like I think I yapped about the things enough. I can yap about things for like an hour and an hour if I want to, because I have so many things that I covered and I know about. I already covered everything on my channel. I don't have any secret stuffs. But, you know, people can't catch up with all those videos for 3 to 4 years. And also, people really don't care about the context. People want to just shit talk or hate on or love on or just ride on, you know? But I want to at least make one video about this to readdress the situation about the Twitch drops on PvP, and also Nikita suddenly started to shift into PvE carrying guy. And yeah. Oh, I do want to say though, for the last time, I don't think Nikita hated on PvE, but he was more like didn't care, because PvE players are like second citizens. They just want to like practice on PvE. But now he seemed like, thanks to you guys, the PvE community, now he knows that PvE is actually big, and he earned a lot of money. He can see it on his own screen that how many people are playing PvE. I can guarantee, and he knows a lot of the Tarkov players are on PvE, maybe even 50%. There's like a whole video I've done about the 50% PvE player. I won't like show that part, like it's the video is getting too long. And Nikita a long time ago said, I mean a while ago, not even a long time ago, said Tarkov is PvP game, like etc. He doesn't like PvE that much. He loves PvP more. He kind of said it like that. He didn't hate on it. It was bringing him money. It was another, you know, Tarkov lovers. Why would he hate it? I think people are misinterpreting into things that he hates it. But at the same time, it's understandable for the users completely, because they do discriminate things. Like, they say it's not discrimination, but just the delay. But it is. PvE players paid more. Like, what are you talking about? Is this discrimination? I don't know. I'm getting emotional again, guys. Anyways, what do you guys think about it? Like, do you guys think, am I being just lashing out? I just try to keep calm and be objective as much as possible, because I know some negative effects of me lashing out will cause more people negative. I just want you guys to enjoy the game and have more options to play game as the gamers. Yeah, do tell me in the comments what do you guys think about this situation, about the whole thing. I think it's going into a positive way, since Nikita himself talked about PvP players should get along and just let it be and enjoy the game. But at the same time, we need to always have our guards up, because they're not completely clean developers. You need to always have your guards up. It's pretty petty and shitty, actually, if you go back to it. I know you guys are gonna say I'm just like digging up the graveyard and beating the dead horse or something like that. But anyways, do tell me in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out Twitch and YouTube and Kickstream for the drops and whatever you want on 1.0. I'll be streaming that, and we will be doing watch party for the Tarkov TV special. He said there's gonna be Tarkov TV special. Do check out Twitch and YouTube and Kickstream through bio link, or just Twitch stream. Yeah, thank you guys for the support, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you.